This is the 7000 mAh battery toting Galaxy M51. It comes with the entire meanest monster marketing. When Samsung usually has such gimmicky marketing, the phones end up being crap. But this time, the M51, it turned out to be a pleasant surprise. There's more to this phone than just the stupid marketing. And what? Well, that's what we're going to be finding out in today's unboxing video. Hey guys, Ash here from C4eTech, and if you do end up finding this video interesting, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's now get started. The box here is typical M series fare. We have Samsung and M51 branding up top. The back, it's surprisingly been left empty. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same with retail units as well. Now to the bottom, we have a sticker with some information. The price listed here is 31,000 rupees, but Samsung has ended up pricing it lower. Now slicing through the seal, lifting up the lid, we have a white insert up top. This one has the SIM ejector tool, regular information booklets like, your quick start and region lock guides, the warranty card and all that. And then we have the Galaxy M51 itself. Taking off the protective plastic wrap. Let's power it on. Oops. Almost forgot about the sticker to the back. Removing that now. As for the box contents, there's also a 25-watt charger, a fast charger, and a USB Type-C to Type-C cable, and that's pretty much it. Now coming back to the phone itself, like the M31, the M51 also comes with a glass-tick back panel. Now one interesting thing to note is that the M51 does not have a camera bump. The quad camera module, it sits flush with the back. And that's not because Samsung's used some magical technology here. It's just because the M51 is indeed quite chunky. But to be fair, Samsung had to make it thicker so that they can cram in a massive 7000 mAh battery. So the thickness, the weight, it is understandable. Now, if it weren't that slippery and a fingerprint magnet, then I would have loved the in-hand feel. It's hefty, but it's well balanced. The placements too are quite good. All the buttons are within easy reach. Like for example, the power button to the right, the fingerprint scanner is integrated into it, and it works nice and fast. So every time I bring the phone out from my pocket, it's already unlocked by the time I can see the display. The volume keys are right above that, and they are nice and clicky too. Further up, we get the secondary noise cancelling microphone, and there's a triple card slot to the left. The headphone jack, the USB Type-C port, primary microphone, and the speaker, they reside at the bottom. Now to the front, we have a 6.7-inch Infinity O panel. Infinity O basically stands for a punch hole panel. This is a punch hole centered and this one contains a 32-megapixel selfie shooter. Pictures shot with it, they turned out sharp with natural skin tones. Now circling back to the display, we have a Full HD Plus panel here. The technology is AMOLED. And I've spoken about Samsung's mid-range AMOLED panels a lot. So I'm pretty sure you guys know how this one's gonna go. It's a Samsung AMOLED, so we've got the typical inky blacks, the amazing contrast. Now, if I were to talk about cons, I'll have to say this one only has a 60 Hz refresh. But I'm gonna say that's me nitpicking because generally I don't really complain about refresh rates on mid-range Samsung phones. Now, that's not because, generally Samsung, you don't get the same kind of value for money offerings from Samsung as you would from say a Chinese brand. And it's not just that, Samsung's mid-range offerings, the chips on them are average or above average. So a 90 Hz display or a 120 Hz display, it's just out of the question. Now, we do generally pick on Samsung, generally, if it's a 90K phone that comes with a 60 Hz panel. Now let's not go there. That's been done to death. Over here, this time, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because the processing power, it's there. This time Samsung's not gone for an average processor. In fact, they've not even gone for an Exynos processor, something they've refused to do even with their flagship series. They've actually gone with a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, the Snapdragon 730G. Now the 730G is not the latest Qualcomm processor, it's nothing monstrous, but hey, it's still a pretty capable performer. And as we've seen on the likes of the Poco X2, it can handle things. So it's no surprise that when paired with One UI 2.1 on the Galaxy M51, everything from the menus to the animations, they all felt smooth. And it's not just with day-to-day apps either. Now, when it comes to even intense stuff like gaming, The Adreno 618 GPU here, it didn't really disappoint, at least in the time that we spent with it. Overall, the M51 on paper, it looks to be the most powerful M series phone that Samsung's released till date. As far as RAM goes, we get 6 or 8 gigs of RAM that's been paired with 128 gigs of onboard storage. And of course, there's dedicated micro SD for more expansion. With the battery, like I mentioned earlier, this is an absolutely humongous 7000 milliamp hour battery. This is the highest capacity battery I think I've seen ever on a mainstream smartphone. Even the M31 came with a 6000 milliamp hour battery, so this is 1000 mAh higher. Now, combined with that 8nm chip and an AMOLED panel, the battery life I expect it to be phenomenal. The M51 might just be the perfect phone for road warriors, since I don't think even the most hardcore power users can drain this in a single day. Samsung has included a 25-watt fast charger in the box, but even with that, I think the M51 is gonna take quite some time to go from 0 to 100. In fact, I'm quite curious to see how fast it can do it. So, do you guys wanna see an attempt at a charge and drain test featuring the M51? Or maybe I should just jump straight into a camera comparison. After all, the optics are also pretty good here. Now, talking about the optics, the primary is a 64 megapixel sensor paired with a wide f1.8 aperture lens. As expected, pictures from it, they came out looking crisp and the colors were vibrant. The dynamic range was also excellent. Samsung has included an AI scene optimizer, so it can automatically adjust the color profile of a picture depending on the subject. And the cherry on top here is the dedicated night mode. So stepping away from the primary sensor for a bit, we've got a 12 megapixel ultra wide and a pair of 5 megapixel sensors for macro and portrait. It's good to see Samsung is offering a little more than the regular 2 megapixel sensors to inflate the numbers. The ultra wide and the macro both can take detailed pictures, and as for the depth sensor, well, we have live focus on board and it seems to be making good use of the depth sensor. Now, along with that, single take is also present. It makes a return. It's a cool, if over-marketed concept from Samsung. It's a feature that we first saw on the flagship Galaxy S20 series. It's now trickled down to the budget M series with the M31 and now the M51. Is it something you must have, the way Samsung marketing puts it? Absolutely not. But is it a nice to have? Hell yes. Now, along with that, the M51 also has the ability to record 4K video. And we even get super steady video via the ultra-wide snapper. So overall, I feel the M51 is the best M series phone that Samsung's ever launched. It's also the most expensive M series phone, coming in at 25,000 rupees for the 6128 and 28,000 for the 8128. Now, I don't think anyone, and by that I mean anyone, should pay 3,000 rupees more for just 2 extra gigs of RAM. But at 25,000, the M51 does have a lot going for it. It's got a giant battery, an excellent Samsung AMOLED panel, good optics, and most importantly, a powerful processor. One that's not just about okay, but one that's actually quite good. So anyway, I'm gonna continue with my testing here and I'll have more to say in my full detailed review. So for now, I wanna know what you guys think. What do you think of the M51? Has Samsung priced it well enough? Do you feel they could have done better with the pricing, with the specs? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know via the comments below. And with that, we get to the end of this video. As always, like, share, subscribe. If you've not subscribed yet, go ahead, do that. If you're already subscribed, please turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.